welcome back again to another art lesson with me, Miss Robertson. Now today we are learning to discuss the work of an artist. Critiquing doesn't always have to be negative, but it can be sometimes. Today we're talking about L.S. Lowry, and he became an artist because he missed a train. He left the station just outside Manchester and started to walk along the road, wondering what to do. He came to some streets of terraced housing. Now that's when houses are all attached in a row. And behind these houses was an enormous mill, and Lowry was filled with the urge to paint the scene. In this moment, he, Lawrence Stephen Lowry, became an artist. His paintings are interesting because he paints the everyday and not something that's considered beautiful. Instead of rolling hills and lush green landscapes, it's very industrial. It's places that might be considered ugly, factories and mills, the busy, working, everyday life. His favourite drawings and paintings were completely from imagination. Critics at the time didn't consider him a serious artist. He didn't add shadows and his figures looked like matchsticks, maybe what we would call a stick person nowadays. Lowry painted busy industrial scenes, often with crowds of his matchstick people. This painting is of Piccadilly Circus in London. Although it isn't like Lowry's other paintings, I thought this would be a great one for us to try. It sold at auction for £5.6 million in 2011. This area of London has a lot of shops and theatres. This corner of Piccadilly Circus has lots of adverts. Nowadays they are on big LED screens, but before they were on huge boards. These were really huge and not something you would have seen every day. This is a very busy junction in London and thousands of people would have passed through every day, so it would be a prime spot to get your advert, your poster, your bit of graphic design. You might recognise this area if you have been to London, or perhaps from a film or a programme. Here is a scene from the Harry Potter series. This is a photograph from 1960 when Lowry created his painting. Notice the adverts, the type of cars and the people in this photograph. The painting gives a sense of the busyness of this area. I'm starting my drawing by sketching out the buildings. This is really rough, the rough shapes. And then I'm adding more and more detail. The people further away are like little stick people. The ones in the foreground that are closer have funny banana bodies. Almost everyone is wearing a hat in this picture too. I'm using colouring pencils, but you could be using pens, crayons, pastels or paint. And if you have a tablet, you could try drawing it on that. Take your time with this drawing and really fill the page. You can do little bits at a time and take breaks. You can come back to this tomorrow. So, this is my final drawing. Make sure to upload yours to the online classroom, and as always, I can't wait to see what you create.